Have you dancing up your doorsteps? We'll have you two eating around the shops. We're having it large in the high street. It's my time. What's your name? Aisha. You want this go deeper? I can tap on you. Right, let's have a beautiful photo. What colour should we do, Aisha? Sassy, and I like it. Yes, Aisha, a disco diva, if ever I saw one. You are still welcome. If you fancy a boom, you will be here. Raving it up all day. We're going to be diving through this Jubilee weekend. Feel free to join us. Make a little doorstep down the floor. We're moving outside the body shop. We're not. Okay, I'm going to say, Nutella Donuts! Yes. Yes, you are our kind of people, ready to party on a moment's notice. We're going to be raving all day. We're having this Jubilee together. You feel free to join us. We're going to eat like
Of course. Look, they're coming right down onto the road. It's closed there, and they all want to park up. Yeah, Big John's take on the weekend. It's been my mum's birthday weekend, so like Jubilee, even though they're celebrating, is secondary to my mum's birthday. So we did a street party. We went out Thursday around the town. Did a street party on Friday afternoon, Oldham Edge, near the White House. Everyone knows the area. We had a street party there, so I was out for a few hours. Yesterday we stayed in, and then we're out today, Sunday, and it's the last day of celebration. So we're at top end of Parliament Square in Oldham. Got a load of flags out, red, white, and blue. The odd purple one. There's nothing too. There's nothing too rainbow coloured. But yeah, so we're in Parliament Square now. So again, the last day of my mum's weekend, birthday weekend. 86 years old. TJ usually put some Union Jack up and a couple of things to do with Queen. So yeah, I'm doing a show after on NHP UK TV on a Sunday, and I'm going to be talking about Annie Kenney, suffragette. Let's have a look at a statue raised by public donations. So yeah, there's my shows after about the suffragettes. How it was Annie Kenney who got arrested when MP, Member of Parliament Winston Churchill were here in the time he were here, and she got arrested, and that is the thumbnail picture on the video. You can see her being escorted off by police and official looking geezers. But yeah, that's later on when I get in. It'll be about 3 o'clock. NHP UK TV Sunday. Annie Kenney, the suffragettes. I've talked about Annie Kenney getting arrested when MP Winston Churchill were here. And it's interesting that Annie Kenney was born in the Ridings, which at the time when she was born, the Ridings were part of Yorkshire. But since then, I'm not sure of the year, the Ridings now have become a part of the Oldham borough. So she wasn't really from Oldham when she was born, even though she did do stuff here. So that's an interesting little fact. If anyone want to know about it, you can easily Google up and it'll tell you that. But yeah, so we're in Parliament Square. Don't see any council officials yet. What I have noticed is a lack in ethnic minority celebrations. I haven't seen many Bangladeshis or Pakistanis celebrating. But you know, we're in Oldham, and we don't have to celebrate anything to do with Oldham. We just have to celebrate or focus on things that are across the world in other areas. One of the reasons why we don't have anything, and the working class people have forgotten about, unfortunately. Outside the Oldham cinema, estimated tens of millions, but went into something like 50 million it cost. Dusty old place, that.
Yeah, I should be on Oldham. That's true. You could have been early in the 50s, which of course is when the Queen was crowned. Yes. She was crowned in 53. I was 17 in 58. So
don't worry, Arlene. The time changes automatically anyway. I had to because I didn't know whether I was going to be taking Mum out. It's a bit windy. Thought it might be raining, so. So yeah, a little bit about Annie Kenney. There's you know, they had Jim McManaman, Deborah Abrams are all here. They all chipped in a few quid to have it put here, and of course Arut Shah, when she became leader of Oldham Council, I had to stand next to her like she had the kind of standing that Annie Kenney had, fighting for women's rights and that, which she didn't. She doesn't. Nobody like her has that kind of standing. And I mean, but you know, say what you want of the suffragettes, they would have been classed as a terrorist organisation. Now, suffragettes, because they planted bombs and they destroyed buildings and burnt buildings down. They'd have been classed as Oldham terrorists if they were around now. But you know, there was two sides to the suffragettes. There were those who used violence and would break the law, and there were those who wouldn't break the law, who followed by the law and used other male MPs' influence to fight for women's rights. So there's two sides to the story. So there's always the very militant lot, and then there's a lot who fight, you know, with the law. Unfortunately, Annie Kenney thought it was right to be burning buildings down and you know, and stuff like that. They also did some hunger striking when they were in when they got locked up and stuff like that. But you know, nowadays you'd expect, you know, that was then. I can understand the climate and stuff like that you have to fight, but not nowadays. You shouldn't have to. But the funny thing is, a Root Shah had a picture next to her, like standing next to her. Yeah, a Root Shah, when she first stood up to be a councillor, there was a campaign of hate from men from her own community against her. So she had to move to another area, which was predominantly white, and got voted in. She would have never got voted in the area where she stood up. And I think that's the Alexandra ward. So just a bit of facts there. I'm just telling you absolute truth and facts. It's no one from the right wing or anything. It was for people from her own community who ousted her out under a campaign, a malicious campaign, saying she'd slept her way to the top and she was a right slag and this, that and the other. And this is what the campaign was against her. And then she moved to a mainly white area and white people voted her in. Because, you know, a lot of the political correct people will vote her in, and they voted her in, so she had a couple of years as councillor. But yeah, stood next to the statue of Annie Kenny like she's on the same par. You all right, Mammy? You all right? Huh?
I come from a different background.
You all right, man?
So
Are you all right? I'll put my mum next to Annie Kenny.
The thing that just sort of was completely shocking to me, every world walked up to me and said, "Hello, Nile." I didn't know what to say. "Hello, Nile. I'm Sir. Hello, Nile. I'm Sir." Everyone knew me. And I felt, okay, in my business, typically...
My mum there next to Annie Kenny. So, I mean, so they fought for the rights for women to vote, but that just getting that wasn't enough, obviously, because there was equal pay, equal rights within the workplace, and other things that women had to fight for, which my mum was a part of, because she was a factory girl from the 60s, from the 50s right through to the 90s. Mum's a factory girl, and they had to fight for equal pay and stuff like that. I've talked about this all before. You can research it up, but more or less what I'm saying is right. So so what does a Root Shah get? Well, she hasn't fought for anything. All she does is complain about the Tories, and then call people politically correct words when they disagree with her. That's all she does. So that's nothing fighting for any kind of rights. She also got listed in top 100 most powerful BAME people. Powerful of what? She didn't run nothing. She's Root Shah was a puppet for the Labour Party. She wasn't a person on her own. If I was leading council, I wouldn't be a puppet for anyone. I wouldn't be influenced just because someone's higher than me or anything like that. I wouldn't. I do run the town like I thought fit, and as long as everyone agreed with it, that's how it'd be run. And I wouldn't be a puppet for anyone. But anyway, we're in Oldham. We, Mum? We're in Oldham. Yeah.
Me too.
I've covered my mum up. Shouldn't have to, but it's a bit wet and chilly today. So.
What do you think she's going to be dying?
You know what? She was wearing blue, wasn't she, on her last public appearance, but I think it was on Friday. So I think it's going to be pink. I don't think, because you've got to think to yourself, right, so you've got the world watching, an estimated 1 billion people around the world watching us. I mean, it's literally a billion people. So, and like, we're here for her. So you've got to stand out from the crowd. So my money would be on pink.
Oh, I like that comment, Lucy. You're right. What, Keir Starmer can't even tell you the definition of a woman, can he? And most of the other mainstream politicians struggle to tell you that definition as well. Well, not with the NHP UK. I go after the Oxford English translation is the Oxford English is adult human female and adult human male. That's what I go on. That's what I believe. So I will be able to answer who a woman is, etc. But yeah, so we're in Oldham. So, like I was saying about women's rights and Annie Kenny, remember that Ruth Shah got attacked from men in her own community. Political correct word called misogyny. From her own community, who said she slept her way to the top, had to write poor and stuff like that. And what happened is nothing happened to them men. There were just a couple. Jim McManaman, Deborah Abrams came on and said, "Oh, we feel sorry that you had to go through that," but nothing happened to them men. Nothing happened to them men. Now, I'm guessing if roles were reversed and it would have been a white community, then something would have happened to them men. Something would have been said. But political correctness states in Oldham, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. So nothing will ever come off it. That's all that come off it. So are women right? Are women's rights like great now? They're supposed to be, but in certain minority communities, they're not. They're not, and I've proved that in Oldham. It's well documented in Oldham about that. It's well documented. So I just thought I'd let you know a few things. You know what I mean? What I see and what's coming. It's hypocrisy that we have a statue of Annie Kenny while misogyny, the politically correct word, misogyny, is rife in Oldham and towns across the UK. And nobody says nothing. No white people will say anything. There aren't many white people who say anything. I will, but there aren't many. And it's almost deathly silent in Oldham. A couple of the independents, I must say, have got onto it. But it's just not enough. We need the Conservative councillors, the Lib Dems councillors, all to get on this. What is a woman? We just need it, but it's never going to come in Oldham. Just go backwards.
That's not how you carry it out. And then the rest of it was obviously lying. The rehearsals took place at a disused car. Big show down in Davenport, and they did pretty.
Thank you for tuning in. We're in Oldham today, and it's the last day of my mum's birthday weekend, isn't it, Mum? Last day of the weekend, birthday weekend, yeah, on my mammy part. You all right? Put your hand in there if you want, Mum. Put your hand in. Like whether you support the royals or not. My mum is a royal. She's always watched the Queen and stuff like that. I couldn't be able to explain to her about Prince Andrew and stuff like that, but my mum's a royal, and I'm not taking that away from my mum if I disagree to a point, and no one else should really, because my mum's older than us. I wasn't around with ration books or anything like that, but my mum was. And I'm guessing there's loads of you on here who weren't around them. My mum's been through all that, so let her. She can celebrate however she wants to celebrate. Can't you, Mum? Yeah, here.
Princess Royal. In fact, she hosted a big moment really when some selection panel come through the city. So she hosted them at Buckingham Palace on Friday night. Appeared on the balcony and waved them goodbye. So it's sort of called Paris and Madrid. But yeah,
She knows her power. She is a
she
lady.
absolutely knows her power.
Yes. And so when you met with the Queen, people frequently, so many people say stupid things. I can't believe we talked about that. I flubbed my words. I mean, we just heard from.
So I'm guessing we'll have some
Used to perform.
a mayor here or something like that, or some dignitaries from the council.
And you know, you're not sitting there sort of humming along. Yeah, it's obviously very well briefed, but she also has a bandwidth of experience and interest, and clearly makes an effort to understand who she's talking to, and that's always that makes life very much easier when conversation flows.
And Twilly, what do you think it is? We're trying to get it down in this little studio that's not again. What do you think it is when Her Majesty was sort of captured the hearts of people?
I mean, she's genuinely loved across the world. I mean, I've worked a lot in America, and when you meet Americans, I've lived in America. And one of the first questions they always ask me is, "Have you ever met a Queen?" Right? You know, amazing film star, the Queen. She's like this. She's this beacon of light. She's so gracious. She served this country incredibly well. I mean, I just love the job. And I did give a bit of speechless a few times I've met her because there's an aura about her. It's strong.
Who's speaking? It's some off telly. Just saying who's speaking, Mum. They've got a big screen up. Let me just see if I can zoom in for you. Yeah, it's a big screen up. Up in the other end of town, there's some girls walking around with a disco ball, singing and dancing.
Sheer commonality with so many people, especially humility. Yes. I don't know. I thought it was very interesting last night when you had Prince of Wales in his tributes. And I also thought on that occasion, you might have been enough, but I was watching to see. What did you think?
The Greaves Cafe East now, they're all stinking cafes. Oh, it used to be booming here in Oldham. Anyone who's from Oldham will know. There's clubs, bars, Aussie Bar, Yates's, Harry's Bar, the Mess House. Because there were a load of factories in town anyway. And just up Fairbottom Street was my mum's factory. So there's a few hundred people worked there. So every Friday, every single pub would be full. Women, men, all sorts. We would come uptown as well. You know, it might be someone's birthday at Harvey's and they'd go into town, and we would come uptown as teenagers, come looking for my mum or my sister, my older sister, or other family and friends. So, didn't we, Mum? My mum's agreeing with me there.
The best output you could possibly have.
Would you like to say anything, Mum? Would you like to say anything? Have you had a good weekend, Mum? Have you had a good weekend? Have you had a good weekend, birthday weekend? Yeah, you have. You have, Mum. You've had a great weekend. No. My mum, no. I don't believe it. Oh, it's a bit windy. Finding some shelter somewhere, Mum.
Gary, I came from Oldham. Here. Do you want to know everybody?
So come on, get some donations in. You can see my bank details down bottom. New party, stuff to do, leaflets to get. I'm also out next week, 10th and 11th, Friday and Saturday in the Limeside area. Meeting up on 7th Avenue. So if you want to come over, have a chat with me. We'll be knocking on doors, talking to people in the area about the party. We have a few of us. We've still got loads of flyers left. I want people to vote for me next year. So 174 votes this time, and I want to more than double that. I want to get in the regions of over 500 votes, and I'm confident that I will. So we start our campaign next weekend, 10th and 11th, Friday and Saturday. So if you want to meet up, 7th Avenue in Limeside, that's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. So yeah, next week, 10th and 11th, we'll be around the Limeside area, knocking on doors, talking to people. I want people to, well, getting people to vote really. Next, every single door I can get to, I'll be knocking on.
It's the compact disco. We believe if you come to the party, the party will come to you. Yes, Oldham, we are looking for those dancing queens. We're looking for the disco divas.
Come on, guys, I'm not shy me. I'm asking for money. My bank details are up there. You can email me or Pat. And we've got a website to get running, so we're either going to get someone to do it for us or pay. And it's more than likely going to have to be someone to pay, and they cost hundreds of pounds. So get some money in the account, please. Every little bit counts. By next year, just 2 of us would have run in 4 elections by next year. Pat's on his second one. He's been it's a local by-election. The Conservative candidate stood down. Local by-election in his area, so he's on his second one already. And I'll be on my second one next year. So for 2 people in a political party, that is more than 100% efficiency. We're on 4 elections between 2 of us, and that will be by next year. So we need support, we need financial support, we need to get flyers, banners, rosettes, a website needs to come in. So I want some donations, please, and I'm going to be asking all day. If you want to donate to someone who's doing something, whoever knows me, I'm doing something. So by next year, 2 of us would have been in 4 elections. Oh, I know, yeah. I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to get my mum round after, but I'll come past that way. I will, pal. Thank you, mate. Thank you.
We're starting a little train today to Oldham.
So yeah, get some money in, please, and PayPal and my bank details are there. Like I said, if you want to donate to someone who's doing something, then just me and Pat are doing things. Again, if I've only just started in elections, and I'll be on the second election in 2 years, and Pat's on his second election in 2 months, and we're going for it. And we're going to be getting council seats under the National Housing Party United Kingdom banner. Simple as. I mean, it's not a competition, right? But if I was a competitor, you're looking at the Usain Bolt of local elections. That's what you're looking at with me. You're not looking at just a Jim Smith. You're looking at Usain Bolt in local elections. That's what you're looking at with me. So that's and then Pat is your trying to think, your Andy Murray. The Andy Murray of the local elections. You know what I mean? We're confident. We're confident we're going to get seats and we're going to do well in local elections. That's for starting changing things at a ground level. What am I concerned about in my area? Of course, schools I'm concerned about. The safeguarding issues going on at the big Oasis school. I've been told about gangs walking around and people having to be escorted off the premises away from these gangs. I've been told about safeguarding issues on vulnerable young girls at that school, and that's right in the middle of my area. I want to be involved. What else do I want to be involved in? Well, I mean, what are they teaching our kids at school? Well, they teach them fake history. They teach them one-sided, biased, politically correct history. That's what they teach in schools. And it'll be hard for a school to get that past me, because I like history. And I look into books. As you'll know, on plenty of things I've talked about historically. So, making sure our kids get taught decent history and the right history, not a politically correct version of history indoctrinated into it by someone else. We don't want that. So there's loads for me to go on my area. Needs a bit. Obviously, all areas need a bit of clean up, but near the main road, Oldham Road, you've got a lot of houses above shops and things like that. And because we're struggling for houses, the landlords have rented out some of these crappy buildings. I'm not saying they're all on Hollins Road, but around the town centre, that's what's happened. These dodgy, unsafe, nasty flats that are above greasy kebab houses that have rats and things like that. They've got them in Oldham. And these places are now being done up into residential properties, which brings another thing. It brings like crime and antisocial behaviour, because that's happened in Oldham, and these kind of flats, and they put residential blocks in Oldham. Oldham town centre and St Mary's is like one of the best areas in Oldham and one of the worst in Greater Manchester for crime and things like that. And I blame it putting flats right in the middle of the town centre. So what do they want to do now? They want to build 200 properties in Saddleworth on the grounds of the old school. Yet the Saddleworth people are kicking off about it, but you don't say nothing about all the properties being in town, making it crime or anything like that. We're building them houses, and if you don't like it, it's tough. You're gonna have to get over it. It's you in Saddleworth and stuff like that who are pro-immigration and didn't say nothing, And that's one of the downfalls of Oldham Town Centre and Oldham, is the levels of poor immigration, people with no skills, crime and stuff like that has all jumped up dramatically because of you lot on the outer layers. So we're building them 200 houses on that old school site in Saddleworth, and I'll be going up there soon, doing a video right from the site. But just remember that, all you Saddleworth lot who vote for Conservatives and Labour, it's your fault that them 200 houses are being built and have to be built, because you didn't say nothing about the rest of Oldham. You didn't say nothing about the town centres. You didn't say nothing about all the flats being built in town centres. You didn't say nothing about the nasty, smelly, horrible, nasty chicken shops here. Just recently on Ashton Road roundabout, they closed down a chicken supplier who had already been supposed to have been shut down, but carried on working in filthy conditions, supplying chicken to chicken shops around Oldham. Nasty. But yeah, so you lot in Saddleworth, all you lot up there, you're having them 200 houses, guys. They're being built, and I'm all for it. If you ever get in council, that my vote's going on them 200 houses. I'm sorry if it's gonna cause traffic problems. I'm sorry if you don't want people moving into Saddleworth who are undesirables. I'm not saying they're all going to be in them 200 houses, but they're coming, and you're going to get some undesirables. But I'm not sorry. Why am I saying sorry? I'm not sorry. It's you lot who've left the rest of Oldham to go as it is without doing anything, because you're in your perfect, nice little village in Saddleworth. Well, we're building 200 houses, guys. We're building 200 houses and more. So you live in Saddleworth and you think that what you say and do has nothing to do with Oldham. It does. All you Saddleworth Tories and all that lot, and Labour Party members, you haven't gone against immigration or said nothing about misogyny or anything like that. And then you haven't said nothing about misogyny or anything like that. And then all of a sudden 200 houses are being built. And you're having them. You're having them, guys. And I'm all for it, mate. I'm happy that 200 houses are being built. So I'm sorry to be a bit rough on you Saddleworth lot, all you posh nonsense, posh dudes and all that lot. Not nonsense. I didn't say that. I didn't mean to say that. But it's your fault that 200 houses have to be built. It's your fault for not stopping Oldham going into a segregated town that it is. So it's your fault. So we're building them 200 houses. I'm going up Saddleworth, and I'm going to go on the school site and shout and with glee and everything that we're building 200 properties. Loving it, mate, loving it. Build houses, build them. Nick, Mum, build them houses. Mum, yeah, build them houses. Even my mum's agreeing with me, she will. So 200 houses being built on Saddleworth old school site, and people are happy, but it's tough. It's you lot, it's your fault. It's people who live in Saddleworth, it's your fault that them 200 houses are being built. If you'd looked at the town centre, been against certain things that are going on, and not been so for mass immigration and all these people coming to our town who don't work in a low skilled, then we won't be in this situation. But it's you lot who voted. It's us town centre lot, people in Fitton Hill, Hollins, and around the town centre. We didn't want this. But you know, we don't have a choice. So next time, next year, you need to vote Deborah Abrams out and get someone in. You need to get one of the independents in as member of parliament. Otherwise, we're never gonna win nothing. It's just gonna be horrible. It's gonna go worse and worse. Are you all right, Mum? You're not cold, are you? You are cold. Should we go Wetherspoons then? Wetherspoons and have a pint. Eh? No, no, I don't want to go to Wetherspoons and have a pint.
It is light. It is test. It is sleep. It is Oldham, Oldham, Oldham.
Someone get sharing to Oldham groups if they'll have me, if they'll let me in. Failsworth Morn need to have this. So yeah, 200 houses being built in Saddleworth. I'm happy. I love that. I love that. I love that house building. I love it. 200 houses going on in Saddleworth. I'm loving it. National Housing Park. We won't build houses, and if we build council houses, then them council houses won't be. You won't be able to just sell them. There'll be a limit, a time limit on to sell a new. Can be sold, something like that. But we need to get the council house stocks up, and looking at the information I've seen, looking at other parties, what they're asking for, the amounts of houses we're looking at in just in England, 300, 400,000 council houses need building next few years, and I give them figures because that's what other parties are having. I'm sure the Labour Party have said 300,000. I'm sure the Social Democrats have said roughly the same. And I'm guessing a lot of the other parties will have a similar thing. So we need to build houses. So let's get them built. Let's get them built. 200 first on Saddleworth Old School site. That's what we're doing first.
And it's just normal. So it's just fantastic. Apart from the 17 non-residents being here, the friends are so it's going to be a really big event. Making it amazing members of the body. I'd like to say thank you, Your Majesty, for being so
Sorry.
grateful for the calling put upon you. I hope that you have many more amazing because we love it.
Now, for the residents of Isle Court Learning, I'm here in Shrewsbury, the Queen has been a constant in their lives. She means everything to them. She is a now, I'm here with Katie.
I did a bit of a report that they're building houses on the old train station site down at Mumps. So they're building some houses there at the back of one of Oldham's biggest mosques, actually, the Greengate Street Mosque. I've done a little video on the building houses there. You know, houses is going up all over the place, but we've got to prioritise. Obviously, if you know, I wouldn't want perfect houses that are good for families to be used for something else. Like on Henshaw Street, they've made a Islamic academy out of 2 houses, which 2 3-bedroom semi-detached houses that we need for people to live in. So why are they doing that there? There's another 2 houses being sold up Clarksfield to be part of a religious building next door to it. I thought we need houses. We're short on housing. We're struggling on housing. Not doing why we're letting properties out like that, which we shouldn't be. Be against anything like that, us. Anything. But yeah, Saddleworth lot, 200 houses coming. Yay! Good. That's music to my ears. That house building.
I was children, they always say, I will never complain and never explain, and she's kept with us all the time.
Now, Joyce, yes, I think so. Now, Joyce,
I'm gonna push my mum in town a little bit.
we've also been in the same room. Let me get this one.
You all right, Mum? You all right? You? I said, are you all right? Yeah. 2 o'clock. I've got another stream at 3 at a suffragette stream, so I'm going soon. Elton John on his mobile piano karaoke machine. Come on, Mum, let's go a bit further into town. Quiet in town anyway. Come on, emails and bank details. Want some money in my bank? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. By next year, 2 of us would have been in 4 elections, 4 local elections, and I think there's a seat coming up. You know, I'm confident. I know my area. I know how well I've done. I know what I've got to do. And I'm confident I'm going to get a seat next year in the local elections in Oldham, first of many. And nothing wrong with having confidence, right, like that. I know my own worth and capabilities. So, if you want to see John get a council position and start from there in changing the way our councils run, looking after people, UK citizenship first, before anybody else around the world or anything, then that's how we're going to start. So donate to me. I'm well worth it. German doner kebab, a 1 on the food ratings it got. Minging place. Oh. Rhode Island coffee, Mum, over there. Rhode Island coffee over there. Right, if you fancy going in for one. Oldham Town Centre. Email the john.lawrence@nationalisingparty.uk. We need help with the website. We need help. We need some graphic designing, flyers designing and stuff like that. And we need money, so get donating, please. And with me, I'll ask when I need, and I need it. So I'd like to see some money going in the PayPal or my bank account. We will have a party bank account soon. We'll change our details then, but we need money for flyers, posters. I want to get some yellow vests with Nationalising Party. UK Citizens First on half a dozen yellow vests and stuff. So I'm live, Keith, at the moment. You can talk. It's facing the other way anyway. I'm just up with my mum. There's not much going on. They've got a big screen down there. Like looks like they might have a few guests. I think the mayor is coming up and stuff like that. You put people up in it. Hiya, Mum.
Oh, yeah, talking on there.
Yeah.
What we got?
What? What do you want to do? Do we just potter around? Potter around. Right. So yeah, come on, get some. Thank you, Empress Janet. My mum's 86th birthday on Thursday, 2nd of June, 1936. So my mum's been through all the age of women's rights and all that law, you know, equal pay and all. Mum's done all that. She's done all that mission. She was a factory girl, and factory girls were paramount in getting equal pay for women in the UK. And here's a story of the factory girls in Wales, and they went on strike because they weren't getting the same money that a guy was getting. They were doing exactly the same job, so they went on strike and they pushed for it. And then as England developed its laws and stuff like that, and we got the Health and Safety Act, which made people safer in the workhouse, in the workplace. 1974 Health and Safety Act. And then there was the equal rights pay and stuff like that for women. So my mum went through all that, unfortunately, and here's us lot on a battle now, and none of us are awake. So mum's done all the battling, half of the battling for us, haven't you, Mum? You've done half the battling for us, haven't you? Yeah. So yeah, it was a birthday weekend. 86 years old. Still going, still here. And so yeah, it's been a good weekend. I've took my mum out this is the third day of the weekend. We've had a street party, showing off on Thursday on a birthday, going round town and stuff like that, down to the pub, having a picture with Queen in local Weatherspoons. Yeah, so been a good weekend for me. Been quite busy. Yes, Peter. Good afternoon, Peter. Hope you're all right, mate. Looking forward to next year's elections. Really am. I'll make sure you're on list for as an election agent, but I'm going to maybe get a couple this time. So there's a few of us when we go and watch me get a council seat. So yeah, and we're actually next weekend, 10th and 11th, the Friday and the Saturday. The Saturday we'll be down 7th Avenue, Limeside, where we was. So if you fancy coming down next Saturday, in afternoon or whatever, we want to. And Saturday we want to be knocking on doors till like after tea Saturday. So if you've got any time, you can get in contact with me. But yeah, so 10th and 11th next week. Is anyone free? Want some money in my bank accounts, please? We need some to get more flyers made up. Pat's going into an election, but he's not going to be making any flyers up. It's just going to be a paper candidate. But yeah, so.
I'm going
Wait, are you ready to go home, you then? Should we go up towards the church then? You all right, Mum? Are you okay? Huh? You okay, brother? Yeah? So yeah, come on, we want some money. Get sharing, please. If you want to put money into something that's happening, someone's doing something, put it into us. By next year, we'll run in 4 local elections, and I think we're going to get a seat out of one of them 4. Well, we are going to get a seat out of next year. So it'll be NHP UK first council seat, first of many. But yeah, so I'm going to go now anyway. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're in Oldham. It's the last day of the Jubilee celebrations. Also, it's the last day of my mum's birthday weekend, isn't it, Mum? Your birthday weekend. We're wet through now, so we'll make our way home, get warmed up, and I've got a stream starting at 3. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Please share. Please share. And remember, I want some money. My PayPal's there, my links there, emails there, john.lawrence@nationalisingparty.uk and patrick.mcguinness@nationalisingparty.uk. Please give, you know what I mean? We want some nice donations in. So we can, the next donations that are coming in are going towards a website. So website building. So that's the first thing. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, and I'll be on soon. I'll be back on soon from home. Thank you very much.